You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Caolán Loughran takes on Nathan Fletcher this Saturday at UFC Fight Night London, England. And this is going to be a fun scrap at 135 pounds. Ireland versus England. Nathan Fletcher coming off of the Ultimate Fighter. Lost to Con Ofli, the eventual winner of that season. Since then, getting a win over Zigomatas Ramaska in the UFC back in September. 9-1. Fighting out of Liverpool, England. Very good fighter, very good grappler. Taking on Caolán the Don Loughran, 9-2 fighter out of Ireland. A lot of hype behind this kid coming into the UFC. Got matched up, unfortunately, against Taylor Lapilus, who is, one of the best fighters at 135 pounds coming up in the ranks right now. So lost that by decision, beat Angel Pacheco, and then lost to Jake Hadley on very short notice. And Jake Hadley was fighting up a weight class, I believe it was. Wasn't fighting in his normal weight class, but Caolán Loughran, he's a decent fighter. He's got strong stand-up, good wrestling, usually looks to get it to the ground, do a little ground and pound action. Not the biggest submission threat, but pretty good chin. Doesn't move his head very well. He's there to be hit. Seems like every fight that I watched, he was getting his nose bloodied or his eye cut open or something along those lines. But kicks well, shoots good takedowns, pushes forward, puts a lot of pressure on guys. He just leaves a little bit to desired, in my opinion. When I first saw him come in against Taylor Lapilus, I believe I picked him, because he was undefeated. He had a lot of hype, and I was just like, man, this blockhead SpongeBob looking dude can't get anything going against Taylor Lapilus. He just seemed kind of stiff, and that's what I noticed in his fights. He's just kind of stiff on the feet. He doesn't seem to ever really flow or get into any type of rhythm. Like I said, he's there to take damage. And then I look at Nathan Fletcher, who I look at his record. He came up out of Cage Warriors as well. Fought a lot of really good guys there. Got a lot of submission wins. Has one knockout loss on his record to a guy back in 2021. But other than that, his only loss is to Con Ofli. I just feel like Nathan Fletcher is he's got more of a killer instinct in there, and I trust his fight IQ. I trust him to make better decisions than I see Caolán Loughran, who I feel like he's on the feet and he's just waiting for something to happen. He's just waiting for his opening. He's not really pushing forward for it. He kind of lets the fight slip away from him at times. And even in his win over Angel Pacheco, he was getting caught in that fight by Angel Pacheco, who I don't think is near on the level of Nathan Fletcher at this point in his career. I feel like Caolán's probably the better technical striker, but I trust Nathan Fletcher to stay out of damage there and to be committing to more strikes and committing to doing damage in the pocket. And using his striking to set up his takedowns. And I think he can get him against Caolán Loughran. He's got really good takedown defense, but he hasn't really been fighting a lot of guys that are shooting takedowns on him. Taylor Lapilus, Jake Hadley, those guys were able to kind of just piece him up and do what they wanted on the feet and not really get hurt very much. The Angel Pacheco fight was kind of a dogfight, but he hasn't really fought anybody that I've seen that is going to look to really get him to the ground and put a hurting on him there and submit him. And I think that's what Nathan Fletcher's going to do, because I think he can hang with him on the feet. I know that he's tough, and I think that if Caolán Loughran does want to shoot takedowns on him, that's where he wants to be. He wants to be on the ground. He's got a very good triangle choke that I saw him lock up. He's got good reversals, tons of rear naked chokes, arm triangle chokes as well. So he's very versatile on the ground. He's also going to be bigger. He was at 145 pounds on the Ultimate Fighter. He's 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. Caolán Loughran is 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. So going to be a little bit taller, have a 2-inch reach advantage. Used to fighting the bigger guys. Going to have the home field advantage in this one. I just trust Nathan Fletcher. I think he has more potential, more heart. Caolán Loughran, got a big mouth, likes to trash talk, but I don't see him really back it up very often. Looking at his record, he's fought some decent people, 9-0s, 10-3s, but has two guys on his record, 0-39 and 0-31. How does that even happen? I don't know how does that get by an athletic commission? Nathaniel Fletcher fought a lot of really good guys, 8-1 before getting on the Ultimate Fighter, 6-1, 7-4, 10-3, 6-0, 3-1, 3-0, 0-0, 4-0, fighting a lot of good guys in Cage Warriors, and has a pretty good extensive amateur bout record, more than you're used to seeing. He went 6-1 on the amateur scene before turning pro straight into Cage Warriors. So I like Nathan Fletcher in this one. He's a small favorite. I am concerned that maybe Caolán Loughran stuffs the takedowns and gets the better of him on the feet, or gets his own takedowns, and Nathan Fletcher can't really get anything going on the ground. But I trust Nathan Fletcher. I think he's the better fighter in this one, and I trust him to get this one done. I don't know if he'll necessarily get the finish. I could see him getting a submission, but if not, I think he gets a decision. Thanks.